Hello and welcome to this new section, the first lecture in which we're going to look at a case study of formulating winning business strategy. So the purpose of this module essentially is to help you in real life make one practice in formulating winning business strategy. And in this lecture, we're going to outline to you the case situation so that you can look at the data and see how can you go about formulating the winning business strategy. And in the next lecture, we will offer you the way we had done or would have done this case analysis. So this case situation is a company called ASHL. It's a sister concern of another company called ASPL. The ASHL was formed very recently in 2018 with the objective of launching an OTC market all the successful products of ASPL. ASPL has been in business for many years, and they have been very successful company with prescription sales and businesses coming in the clinics in India and many countries overseas. This whole operation is led by the ASPL Managing Director. ASHL has set out to a vision to become a 100 crore OTC company in Ayurvedic product, and it started its operation based in Mumbai with the launch of products in two categories, in pain relief and in cough, which they believe were the largest segment for the OTC segment. They appointed a general manager sales and marketing to lead the whole initiative of building OTC business, and he appointed a sales team in Mumbai under a leadership of a local sales manager, and they have built a team, and they have supplied these two products to about 2,500 chemists in Mumbai through the distributors on consignment basis. Consignment basis basically meaning that we will supply you the product. When you sell, we will collect the cash from you. So initial sales have been from the distributors were very encouraging, and they were able to sell about a crore rupees 10 million worth of stocks in first 2 months of the launch, and they supported the launch with advertising in Hindi newspapers in Mumbai. But this honeymoon ended very soon with when ASHL started asking the distributors to make the payments. As soon as they started asking, that the distributors started complaining that no payment has been coming to the chemist, and hence they were not able to make the payments. So they said the company will have to wait as per the policy of consignment sales to happen at the chemist level so that they can collect the money and pay to the company. Further inquiries, they inquired further with the chemist as the general sales manager and managing director went around meeting the chemist. The chemist indicated poor offtake of the products on the shelf, and that led the managing director to take a decision to do a lot of sampling to generate product trials, but there was no further improvement. With no improvement in the chemist happening, so in 6 months of Mumbai operation, the managing director hired a seasoned consultant, which happened to be us, to help review its business strategy and suggest required changes. So if you were this consultant, please go through the conversation, this case material that we have presented. We have a conversation of the consultant with the team and managing director of the ASHL, and suggest a winning business strategy for ASHL. That's the key task that you have. Ready for that? So let's look at the conversation, and I'm not going to read out everything. You can read this through by downloading it, and I'm going to highlight some of the points. The quality of the products was believed to be effective, and the advertising, they claimed that the products were better than what's available in the market, and these two products had proven their worthwhile, their mettle in their prescription sale. The chemists, the patient who were prescribed by ASPL the same formulations under a different name were cured, and they were effective. The pricing was comparative on per gram basis, though on pack basis they were more expensive. As you can see, for the cream category, the PM cream that they launched was a 35 gram package with rupees 130, whereas Move was priced at 65 for 15 gram. Whereas versus Iodex, they were reasonably priced. Similarly, for the cough category, the KFNO was priced at 170 for 200 ml versus 112 for Benadryl and 83.65 of the 100 ml pack. So who were the key competitors, as you would have guessed by now, were for the pain, the Crocin in the tablet form, Move and Iodex in the cream form. And for the cough, the established players in the market in OTC were Benadryl, Decold, Glycodine, etc. They had appointed about 25 distributors in Mumbai, and they had a team of 6 salespeople managed by our sales manager. They produced goods, both the products at the ASPL factory in Palghar, which made the product for the ASPL for all other products also, and this was very near Bombay. How did their whole philosophy was to keep closely reviewing the performance, and that's what they did with the sales team, but the results were for us to see. So who were the most successful players in these category? And the Crocin and the Benadryl were the largest player in the pain and the cough category. And so when the consultant asked about what did they do with the Crocin and Benadryl to become the most successful player, some research indicated that Crocin began after introducing quality tablets and syrups and then selling them first by prescription to doctors in beginning and then later advertising in mass market. Similarly, Benadryl became successful by introducing quality syrup and getting them prescribed to doctors in the beginning and again later advertising in the mass media. They made the products available to all the chemists in Mumbai. How were the ASH quality better than competitor? Both the products were free from any of the side effects that regular use of Crocin and Benadryl will face. A continued use of Crocin would lead to damage of liver and kidney over a period of time, and it did not kind of cure but only alleviated the symptoms, where the Benadryl caused drowsiness, and that was reported by the users. How good were ASHL in creating effective advertising? ASHL had very limited experience. They were not from this field of advertising. So they did create, but had very limited experience, and the advertising were done in the whole style. So you could say that they were compared to Crocin and Benadryl, who had much more experience in creating effective advertising. What was the distribution of Crocin and Benadryl in Bombay? They reached out to as large as 15,000 chemists in Mumbai. How did ASHL fund the business? ASPL has been a successful profit-making company, and ASPL, since the managing director was common, the funding of ASHL happened primarily from the capital generated by the ASPL. How did they control the operations? ASHL basically close supervision. Almost practically on a daily basis, they were controlling the operations of the team at all the functions: sales, marketing, operations, etc. And that seemed to be their style. How does ASHL plan to develop its new products? They basically intended to bring in more new products over a period of time that was proven successful in the ASPL, and it adopted for ASHL. What were the successful products at ASPL? They have a very large repertoire of successful products, but the most patients that came and prescribed were for like blood pressure, arthritis, asthma, and diabetes. Some of these you would remember. You would know that they are very widespread diseases. Who were the main buyers of Ayurvedic products, and what would they do in the future? Main buyers of Ayurvedic products were the chronic sufferers of these diseases like blood pressure, diabetes, which allopathic had no cure. And in fact, the research indicated that these patients were always looking for a lasting cure to the health problem without any side effects. Who were the major suppliers of material to Ayurvedic for Ayurvedic products to ASPL? These were small-scale herbs and packaging material suppliers. They are now over a period of time becoming larger and getting organized and being more demanding in terms of what they need to get for their products. Who are the competitors of Ayurvedic products? There are pharma companies making all allopathic products that provide temporary relief, health problems faced by the patient, and they are becoming more and OTC. What were people in the society doing and what would they in the future? More and more people in the society were looking for natural products because people were getting fed up with the temporary solutions offered by the allopathic products. Uh, what is the government's attitude? The government has been more supportive recently of the natural products, including Ayurvedic, and there is a ministry that has been set up called Ayush, which was supporting those variety of initiatives. How did the ASPL buy material required for ASHL product? They basically leveraged the existing suppliers of ASPL, and that worked pretty well for them. How did the ASHL reach its vision of becoming a 100 crore company in next few years? It basically was to establish it to become a major player in the two categories of pain and cough. They believe were the largest category for OTF, and extending all over India the business by advertising in mass media like press and TV and extensive coverage of chemists. So they just wanted to make sure that the products were available at all the chemists all over the country over a period of time and use TV and press advertising to generate demand. How has been the feedback from customers who bought current products? The feedback has been quite positive, in line with the feedback received from the patients at ASPL. Customers have found lasting relief from PM cream and better experience in cough with no drowsiness. What are the awareness levels and trials of your products? Since the business has just started, so there was very little awareness and trials of ASPL products. That is what the company was trying to improve with advertising and sampling, but it seemed not to be working at this point of time. What were they communicating and advertising? They were communicating advertising that they're better than other products available by providing lasting relief and without any side effects like drowsiness. How are they promoting your other products to your other customers? By inserting leaflet to other products of the packs. So example, in KFNO product, they would insert the PM cream leaflet. So they had a leaflet of both the leaflets, and that were introduced and that was inserted in the other packs. However, there were cost and quality improvements that happened. Currently, they were at a 4 sigma level, which is not bad at all at ASPL, and they continue to buy materials with a similar level of quality and cost by partnering with few suppliers. So far as the hiring concerned, most of the hiring by the reference of current employees and ASPL base of people. So currently the sales people, while they were from a reference, since they had no one, but there were people in ASPL who were watching with keen eyes to join ASHL. What kind of organization they would build over next 3 years? So they had plans to make a cost-effective organization, and in line with the personal style of the managing director, they intended to build a team of about 20 area sales managers across the country, reporting to the general manager who would run this business. The cost and quality of the products were to be improved by comparing to the competitors and making improvement required by the ASPL at ASPL by the ASHL. So having understood the case in terms of its many dimensions, as you would see, what do you do next? In the next module, we would present to you the analysis of this case. Till the time, we would suggest that you get on and don't take a look at the next lecture. Do the case analysis yourself and see what answers do you reach in terms of what is a winning business strategy that ASHL should adopt to get on and realize its vision of becoming a 100 crore company. So that's what we will present in the next module. Till that time, you take a good look at the case, look at the information, analyze, and let's tally notes when we present to you in the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture where we presented to you this case study of ASHL, who wants to build a 100 crore business, but currently is lumped with a crore of inventory of non-saleable products in Mumbai, with no business model that can generate demand and build sales. So hope you're beginning to learn something about a real life case. Continue learning to enjoy, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.